apologists will attack this question from a myriad of different angles. The usual line is that human beings are far too nearsighted to understand the greater good of God's plan to reach people and afford them the opportunity for salvation. And while I agree with that tactic, I believe there is a conjecture far greater than that one. There's an answer that better satisfies. Now, it's a high paradox, so you have to open up your mind. But if the atheists are right, or I call them the unbelievers, there's no such thing as an atheist. Everyone worships God. But if the unbelievers are right, and life is just a random accident, we're hurtling through space on this gigantic rock toward our inevitable fiery end, then nothing really means anything, does it? If this is true, then death and disease are really just as old as life and birth themselves. Now, here's the anomaly. If this is true, then we would know no difference. Death would be simply another part of life. No different, no worse. We would not be able to put a value judgment on it. Do you see what I mean? I mean, if death and disease are as ancient as birth and life, we would not be able to distinguish between the two, because we would have no point of reference to make that determination. The reason that we know that death and disease and natural disasters are bad is because it hasn't always been like this. There was a time when these things didn't exist, and we feel it. We sense it deep down. We know in our core wiring that we realize, at least even on a subconscious level, that these things are new. And that's why we don't like them, because they're foreign to us. We understand paradoxically that there was a time when these things were not a part of our reality, when all there was life and love. And this relationship with this thing, this creator source that loved us, and we loved him back. But if the Bible is right, and Genesis is right, and the Catholic Church is right, we threw that relationship away. And we sent ourselves spiraling into this void of temporariness, into a world of disease, death, strife. We're not at peace with ourselves. And the world isn't at peace either, with the typhoons and earthquakes and tidal waves and all these things. But there is good news. That creator source that loved us so has given us a second chance to escape this cycle of death and disease and tragedy, and a chance to return back to our original intended state and condition, which is communion with God.